somebody who ain't moving right now, future first ballot Hall of Famer Russell Westbrook is teamless as we sit here today. But Kevin Durant talked about it a little bit and his thoughts on where Russ is.
Russ is a legend, and I think he deserves to be in the NBA right now, and I think he deserves to walk out of the NBA on his terms. So, yeah, that'll be dope. But it's not my decision. It's not my decision. Leaving that up to whoever makes those decisions for now.
Kevin Durant, obviously, seems like they worked out some cupcake issues over the years. Seems like they got it. Like they're cool. I'll say this, Rob. Mercurial players, guys who are volatile, energy, effort, like kind of can rub you the wrong way at times. Russell Westbrook's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's been an MVP. He's been incredible. One of the best players of his generation. That's not a doubt.
Until you watch him every day.
But I can't lie. We talked about that. When you watch him every day, there are some things that you say, you scratch your head. When you just see the highlights when he was in OKC, it was a little different. Oh, and he was a Laker, Clipper. You see some plays, you're like, ooh. But with that being said, and that does play a role, by the way, what you just mentioned there. This isn't that uncommon. We've had guys who've been good players, guys who've been Hall of Fame players or who potentially now Hall of Fame, and Carmelo Anthony. You got guys like Dwight Howard. You got guys who are not Hall of Fame, guys who are really good, and Steven Jackson, Kenyon Martin, Nate Robinson. When you get guys who the league just all of a sudden just says, nah, we're kind of out on, even if they still got something left in the tank, even if they can still give you 10, 12, 15 points
a
length.
Not all of that. Like they were out on Carmelo because he wouldn't want to come off the bench.
But that's what I'm saying. When you have
they realize he doesn't want to do it. Allen Iverson got out of the league earlier because he didn't want to do that. I'm just saying.
But that's what I'm saying. If they view you as it's not. It maybe not worth the headache, maybe not worth the having to deal with. Will he start? Will he come off the bench? This happens. I do believe someone's going to pick Russell Westbrook up. You look at teams. I mean, that's why the Rockets came up because they lost Fred VanVleet to injury. So Russell Westbrook is going to land on the team. It is a bit strange, maybe that he signed. He didn't reach. He had a player option with Denver. Like I don't know why he didn't take that. I don't know. They seemed like he worked well with them, and him and Jokic got along. They were. Both kind of got triple-double guys seeing eye to eye. So I don't know what that was all about. But this is weird, man. It gets weird towards the end of the career because not everybody can have a Chris Paul where I can go to other teams, but they still want me. Maybe it's the leadership. Maybe it's I know exactly what you're going to get from Chris Paul. He's going to steady the offense. And it can get weird for guys who are still have talent, still pretty good, still can produce, and still potentially Hall of Fame guys towards the end. And we see this before. And it kind of sucks to see a guy like Russell, what he's meant to this league the last 15, so years.
But he's played. They've paid him. I don't know what other do they owe him.
No, they don't owe him anything.
They don't owe him anything. Like he has a right to go out or whatever he want to do, leave the league. What? Seriously, like the league moves on. You played 15 years. You got paid very handsomely. You on some other team. I don't even know. Like this is not what we're doing here. We're looking for some younger guys. We're looking for people not making as much money. Is he going to be happy here? He's been on 5 teams the last 5 years. Maybe they don't want a nomad, a vagabond. You know what I mean? Like we thought he had a good fit with the Clippers, right? It was terrible with the Lakers. He worked out with the Clippers. And then we thought he was good with Denver, right? But he's been on a lot of teams now. I don't know. I mean, there's a reason. Maybe he's looking for more money than people are willing to pay. That guy's been around that long.
I think it's less the money. I think it's where you were going. I think it's fit. Russell Westbrook is kind of an awkward fit because his game is 100% speed and effort. And
you need shooting nowadays in this man's NBA, and he's not a good shooter.
And he's not a setup guard. The reason why Chris Paul has played so long, even though he's been well past his prime, is because he's a setup guard. Bring it, slow the offense down. Get guys. He's also known as, obviously a floor general on and off the floor. He can teach guys. So Westbrook,
and a de facto general manager. That's why a lot of players don't like him.
That's true. And also the Players Association and all that. But Russell is kind of, it goes in spurts and it's fast and there's going to be turnovers involved. There's going to be 2 for 12 night shooting. And I think some teams are just like, nah, I'll pass on that right now. Got some couple young guys I want to develop. And I think he'll sit around and I think he'll mess around and find the perfect option for him. Come January, February, some team's going to be like, all right, we can make a run. We need a guard. We need somebody coming off the bench, give us a spark, and they'll call Russell. But this does happen. It happens. Carmelo Anthony, 3 or 4 years prior to him walking out the league, you would have never thought we still had juice in the tank that he would be a guy that just phone would not ring because he was a mid-range walking bucket. even at his advanced
Yeah, but
age.
don't you
that's
remember?
what I'm saying.
Don't you remember when he
wouldn't come off the beam? Like, I ain't coming off the beam.
He remember at the press conference when they asked him about coming off the bench. He looked at, I can't remember what team. Well, who was he with, Rob G? And he looked at them, he laughed. OKC, he goes, they think I'm coming off the bench? You know, like
they looking like, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was talking to Paul George at that time. And
the same thing with Allen Iverson.
That's what I'm saying. I was in Detroit during that time.
Yep.
And Allen Iverson could have been, dude, it could have really worked out there.
Why they
because they had lost 3 years in a row.
Chauncey,
that was
the heart, you got to give somebody else.
No, but you
got to ripping AI. We're kind of the same guy. Run around.
But you have to give to get. And if you remember, Chauncey went to Denver and they went to the
Western Conference Finals.
And Chauncey lost 4 straight conference finals. 3 with the Pistons, and then he went to Denver and they lost.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Are you saying Chauncey was the reason?
No, I'm just
saying. Is that what you're saying? Hold on,
No, but I'm just saying, like, he went to 4 straight and lost all 4.
See how we view that so differently. I view it as, wow, Chauncey Billups stayed giving me a chance, and the Nuggets, we weren't really thinking about them too much. He goes over there, helps them bring the championship DNA, and they compete into the Western Conference Finals. I think they might have went to Game 6 if I'm not mistaken.
It's about getting
and Allen Iverson, the Pistons ain't been right since. See how you say that?
I still can't believe that people think Rob's the most negative man in media. I don't
see it. The Pistons ain't been right. They just got right this past
Rob
year.
G,
that trade had doomed the Pistons. And now you over here like, I mean, it was a good trade.
They call me pushover Parker because I'm down with everything. I'm a pushover.
Can't believe you just said that. You mad? He went to the West Conference Final. We ain't seen the Pistons been good since. The Pistons ain't been good since you had a press box pass over
not
there.
A press box.
I mean, no, not a press, but you know what I'm saying. That's the last time they were good. And then Rob's LeBron we talked about it just briefly yesterday. The whole decision is coming, the decision 2.0. And boy, did we all decide that was a miss today. I don't even know it just for a hen doggy dog. That's
corny, dumb. It just like why?
It just wasn't worth it. Like it just didn't even. The timing of it all, like not right now. Like you just it to me, all of that for Hennessy, for Hennessy. That was more honestly. That was the more okay. I thought it was gonna be Amazon Prime. I thought it was going to be Lay's. You know, he's had commercial with Lay's, so I thought it was going to be like, I got to decide, is it sour cream and onion or barbecue? Sour cream and onion.
How much did they pay him to make?
Man, I didn't know Hennessy. I think Hennessy is owned by like Louis Vuitton, and it's like a group that owns all these different products and brands. But yeah, I didn't expect Hennessy to be the thing, and I just I walked away from it like, all that for a Hennessy campaign to put an orange peel in a Hennessy bottle. Yeah, I wasn't overly.
Yeah, most people were not happy and thought it was lame.
I had people
corny, lame.
It just wasn't. You're too big. This season means too much. Could be your last season. You know, like could be your last season. Whether it's maybe not the end of the NBA career, maybe it's the last with the Lakers. Like it just.
Some people thought that they
legitimately
they went on a ticket. Did you see the prices for tickets went through the roof?
I saw someone up like 4,000%. Yeah, like I just didn't think it was necessary, and I didn't walk away from it like, oh, that was clever or that was funny or that's, and it's too. If this were 5 years after the decision, then it'd kind of be funny, you know, or if it were 5 years ago. But the fact that it's so close to where you actually may retire or you actually may switch teams or something, I think you play with some. I don't want to call them gullible, but people who would impressionable people. I knew it was going to be something like that. I thought it'd be Amazon Prime or Lay's, something like that. But I just, it was a miss to me.
It was a swing and a miss.
Yeah, it just wasn't anything spectacular. It was kind of like the Tigers right now. Swing and a miss.
It was LeBron at the free throw line late, and it was a brick, as usual. I'm just saying.
Look at you. See? And now he's going to say he's going to have a 30-point first game. He's going to say, I thought I was the Wash King, Rob Parker.
Yes. And I'm going to say, no, we're waiting for the playoffs when you get knocked out in the first round.
It's your Wash King. But, I just think it was just like,
I'm just saying.
I just thought it was okay.
It's just not necessary is what it is.
Yeah, he's too big to me right now. And the career is at such an interesting road that I just didn't think it was necessary. Just like I said, 5-6 years ago, be like, all right, whatever. Haha, it's kind of funny.
But who are the people who ran out to buy tickets? You know what I mean? Like, oh, my God. This is last season.
People are in pressure. Listen, Rob Parker. people are gonna believe things to the end, like things that you go like, why would you think that? People are gonna do it every single day. You can sell them a bridge in Brooklyn.
Bro, how mad would you be if you're one of these people, and you're probably a hedge fund guy who's even can afford these tickets that far in advance, but you're like, hey, I'm going to pay a 4,000% markup because I want to see LeBron's last game, only to find out that LeBron's pushing some dark liquor at 9 a.m. in the morning.
I would be hurt.
I would be so mad.
You going to need the liquor. Because you know why? Because you got to. Okay.
But you already know every season when the season comes out, those are the tickets that people are buying. The last Laker home game.
Opening night, Christmas.
Yep. And the last game of the year.
Yeah.
Like, regardless.
Man, you're going to need that hard brown. You know why? Because when she comes home and she looked at that, got that alert from Chase or Wells Fargo or Bank of America, and she sees $4,000 spent on tickets, you got some splaining to do.
Hey, all I'm saying is Lobos must be struggling.
Yeah, well, maybe. He got with him. That's a good point. Or they just paid him something crazy.
Well, it's a parent company. The same thing.
It's the same company.
Yeah. So,
all right, then that makes
That's
sense.
what I was saying. I know Hennessy is owned by like a brand.
Diageo
that owns like 20 different things.
Yeah.
They own Louis Vuitton too, right? If I'm not mistaken. It's something crazy. Like they just own like a million different things. But yeah, then for me it was like I didn't catch that one. All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts, and while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share, do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.